For whoever just joined, I wanted to welcome you all to this live webinar of Pécs University. Today we will be introducing you a very unique program. We will be talking about the Master of Science program in Biomedical Engineering. And you can use the Q&A section to write all of the questions that you might have during the presentation, and our speakers will be answering live at the end of the presentation. So keep writing all of your questions and don't worry, because we will be coming back live to answer them all. I think we are ready to start with our presentation. It is my pleasure now to give the floor to Matteo, who will be actually sharing with us the first presentation that will be about the program itself.
All right, sorry, just again.
Just a little bit of a technical issue. We will be resuming very soon with the presentation. Perfect.
On behalf of the Biomedical Engineering Master of Science program at the University of Pécs, I would like to welcome all of you to this short presentation. My name is Peter Sabbath, and I work as a consultant at this dynamic university. My main goal today will be to provide you with a brief overview of our exciting biomedical engineering degree. In this short presentation, I will first introduce you to the University of Pécs and our wonderful city here. Next, you will learn about the history and mission of this master's degree. I will also guide you through the structure of the study program and highlight the reasons why it is so unique and worth applying to. Hungary is situated in Central Eastern Europe, neighboring countries like Austria, Croatia, and Romania. Its most well-known city is the capital, Budapest. However, the University of Pécs is situated in the southwestern region of the country, close to the Croatian border, on the slopes of the breathtaking Meček Mountains. It's a beautiful place to visit and an optimal choice for study. Residents of this university town love the friendly village-like atmosphere of the main square and the year-round activities, concerts, and cultural events that take place regularly. As a student, we are certain that you will find everything you could ever hope for here in this vibrant, unique city. In addition to the cultural events, there are many famous museums and galleries all over the city for your enjoyment. The downtown city center of Pécs offers a unique mixture of the relics of early Christianity, the arrival of the Hungarians, the Turkish reign, and many achievements of modern architecture and art. The University of Pécs plays a vital role in our city's daily life. Students from all over the world come to study here at this renowned academic institution, which is actually regarded as the first university of Hungary that was founded in 1367. There are currently more than 20,000 students attending this university, with more than 4,500 international students enrolled and 1,400 lecturers working in 10 faculties. The University of Pécs is one of the largest higher education institutions in Hungary. It's ranked among the top 3 Hungarian universities, and it belongs to the leading 3.6% of international higher education institutions worldwide. Besides its tradition and 650-year history, the university has 30 years of experience in international education with students from more than 114 countries. We offer more than 70 full-time and part-time training programs in English, which include our new, highly innovative Biomedical Engineering Master of Science program of study. As the name of the Biomedical Engineering program suggests, it all started in 2019 with the close cooperation between the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology and the medical school. We realized that interdisciplinary knowledge has increasingly become a very valuable and sought-after asset worldwide in academia, business, healthcare, and other fields. Our concept was based on several years of successful brainstorming and collaboration, which led to the creation of 2 exciting ventures in Pécs: the 3D Printing and Visualization Center, where we are right now, and the Center for Biomedical Engineering and Innovation. The 3D Printing and Visualization Center offers unique technological capabilities across Hungary. And the Center for Biomedical Engineering and Innovation features a network of engineering and medical research teams working together to develop new processes and achieve scientific results. These research-oriented initiatives resulted in the core idea of establishing a program that can train professionals with engineering, healthcare, and medical knowledge. While combining the best of these disciplines, the program is designed for professionals to learn how to confidently apply technical and IT solutions for solving medical problems and creating technologies that improve quality of life overall. This program is designed for individuals who would like to become professionals with interdisciplinary, theoretical, and practical knowledge related to engineering, informatics, medicine, medical science, health science, and natural science. By completing this program, medical engineering knowledge can be applied to an extremely wide range of practical and theoretical fields, including independent research, development, and projects by groups of health and technical professionals. Holding a biomedical engineering degree will lead to many opportunities today and in the future. When we have a closer look at the past 10 years of this field and examine projections for the next 10 years, we can see a steady increase in the number of people employed in biomedical engineering positions. It's estimated, in fact, that there will be more than 14,000 biomedical engineering jobs in the next 10 years. This means that we can confidently say to all of our applicants that if you study hard and complete your studies here, you will definitely find a job. During the Master of Science program, students will learn about the following disciplines and specializations while completing a total of 120 credit hours. Natural sciences. This includes mathematics, physics, and functional anatomy. Economic and human sciences. This includes quality management, ethical issues of medical research and healthcare. Medical engineering. This includes instruments and techniques for measuring signals of biological origin, biomechanics, bioinformatics, and biotechnology. But before going into details, one of the most important features of this program is that students can choose from 3 different specialization areas. You can see them right here. Neurorehabilitation and HMI, neuroimaging, and tissue engineering and 3D printing. The program is practical and project-based, enabling students to master what they have learned by applying theoretical knowledge to hands-on, real-world projects. Now let's take a look at the structure and the curriculum of this program. Here, we've created an environment for acquiring theoretical and practical knowledge for students to be confident when utilizing the best practices and latest knowledge from different disciplines in bioengineering in order to understand and tackle specific problems. This unique feature can be seen in the curriculum as well. The duration of the program is 4 semesters, and project work is included in the curriculum during the first semester's research methodology unit. Students will be able to select from different ongoing research and work together with experts and researchers at the University of Pécs within selected fields. Your thesis will also be based on your independent research area and your practical knowledge. Our facilities, such as well as the Biomedical Engineering Center, will be available to students for completing their research modules. We will also offer a wide range of professional knowledge subjects. 16 credits, a total of 4 courses, must be selected from the following options. You can see them right here. Medical imaging physics, tomographic algorithms, and MRI physics. Radiophysics and radiobiology. Medical material science. Manufacturing technologies in medicine. Practical anthropometrical modeling. Finite element modeling. CT, MR, PET, and Linux systems. Data transfer processing and HIS systems. Medical devices. Design and technical documentation. Artificial intelligence. Neurorehabilitation. Tissue engineering and bioprinting. And finally, genetic modification, and GMO. This will serve as each student's specialization area. On our website, we also provide information and all course descriptions. If you are interested in learning more about these subjects, please visit our website at cbei.pte.hu, and there you can search for Biomedical Engineering, and you'll find more details. Let's continue to talk about the structure and curriculum a little bit more. Since students can apply with different educational backgrounds, medical, engineering, or natural sciences, a module of courses in the basics of natural science will also be included in the curriculum. Mathematics and physics are compulsory courses for students with medical backgrounds. Functional anatomy and physiology are compulsory courses for students with engineering or natural science backgrounds. Biophysics, biomechanics, molecular cell biology, and biotechnology are compulsory courses for all students. Altogether, you will acquire a total of 24 credits in the basics of natural sciences courses. In the curriculum, we provide not only up-to-date biomedical engineering knowledge, but we also focus on economic and ethical issues in this field of study. We have also included a course on quality assurance and device certification, which you can see right here. In order to select your specialization area from the professional knowledge subjects and optional courses, first you have to learn about the required subjects in the professional basics courses. These include basics of anthropometry, medical measurement theory, medical image processing, medical cybernetics, system theory, human-machine interface, and engineering programming. Let's now move on to project work in your diploma. In the second semester of the program, after you've completed your research methodology module, you will get involved in various hands-on projects based on your academic interests. There will be many projects for you to choose from that will be announced by university research teams, educators, and industry partners involved in the training. Students will implement the self-selected projects through the duration of the training. Involvement in scientific projects will create the opportunity for students to write papers for academic workshops organized by the National Scientific Students Council, known as OTDK. Projects displaying outstanding student achievement could lead to published scientific articles, which may serve as the basis for MA theses, as well as new research and doctoral dissertations to establish students' scientific careers. The opportunity to get involved in various hands-on projects is a unique feature of our program. Timetable and your weekly schedule. Classes will be scheduled in the afternoon, and there will be more classes on Friday afternoons and on Saturdays. Why is this the case, you might ask? There are two reasons. First, you will have time to get involved and do project work before classes during the working hours. Secondly, if you're working somewhere, you will be able to fit the classes into your schedule. Students studying at the University of Pécs, either in the Master of Medicine program or in the undergraduate engineering program, will have the opportunity to enter classes during the first and second semester of the Biomedical Engineering program, allowing them to integrate these classes into their current studies. We hope you are now more interested in this innovative Biomedical Engineering Master of Science program of study at the University of Pécs. Take some time to think about whether or not this incredible opportunity is right for you. If you decide that you'd like to apply, we'd be honored to receive your application and consider you as a potential student in this incredible program. In summary, the aim of our study program is to train professionals who already have or are currently acquiring a Bachelor of Science undergraduate diploma. Once you are accepted into the Master of Science program in Biomedical Engineering, you will be exposed to interdisciplinary, theoretical, and practical knowledge related to engineering, informatics, medicine, medical science, health sciences, and natural sciences. Our goal is to create an environment for students to acquire theoretical and practical knowledge and to be confident when utilizing the best practices and latest knowledge from both medical and engineering disciplines in order to understand and solve specific health-related problems. As our training and education program is strongly based on students' previous scientific knowledge, we welcome applicants with undergraduate degrees in engineering, IT, medical science, health science, natural science, general medicine, dentistry, and pharmacology. The program is designed for students who are inspired by the application of cutting-edge technologies and the challenge of new discoveries at the frontiers of science. This program features hands-on practice within the framework of the evolving educational and research infrastructure of the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology, the medical school, and external corporate partnerships. In this program, you will become a professional who can confidently apply technical and IT solutions to solve medical problems and create technologies that improve people's overall quality of life. Apply now and discover how state-of-the-art technology is at the frontier of engineering and medical science. We look forward to welcoming you here at the University of Pécs in Hungary. We hope to see you soon.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the presenter to introducing us this great Master of Science. And we're actually now going to cover the application process. So I can see that some questions started to arrive in the chat. So don't worry, because we will be covering all the application procedure. And keep writing your question into the Q&A, because we will be ready after this presentation to answer them live. I'll leave the floor again to Mate to share with us the second presentation for today.
Hello, and welcome to the How to Apply tutorial video for the University of Pécs. I will be guiding you step by step through the registration and application processes. But before we begin, I'll briefly introduce myself. My name is Mesa Rose Matthews, and I am an international student ambassador originally from the United States. I've been studying the Bachelor's of Social Work program here at the university since 2019. If you are also interested in studying at the oldest university in Hungary, then this video should help you properly complete the first step of applying. Alrighty, so to begin, type in the search box, apply.pte.hu. Or if you've already found your program on our official website, then you'll be directly transferred to our application website. Now you can begin your registration. Click on Sign In and Register in the right-hand corner. Then click on the I am a new applicant box. Type in your email address, and then click on the Register button. After that, please go to your email inbox. Find the email and click the link in order to continue the registration process. After that, you have to give your name and your email address and choose a password. If you've already done this, then you can skip that step. Then you'll begin to register. Please fill in the necessary information. Keep in mind that the fields marked with the red stars are required. Also, do not forget to check the data protection box at the bottom of the page. After this, your registration is all done and you can start the application procedure. For this, you should click on My Application on the left-hand side and then the Continue button. You can apply for a maximum of 3 programs and make sure to select them by your priorities. Here, you can filter your search by departments, level, and academic terms, and also study languages. If you would like to apply for the medical school's programs, you cannot apply here, but the medical school has its own admission website. Don't worry, we'll also link it in the description box. While searching, you can see that every program has its own short description. You can see when the deadline for the application period is and when to start. To get more insight for the specific program, click on the gray button, More Information. Here you can read about the tuition fee, program duration, short description of the program, and you can find useful links to the faculty's websites as well. When you choose a program, click on the blue button on the right side, Apply Now. After that, the program will be listed to your application. As I mentioned earlier, you can apply for a max of just 3 programs. So if you don't want to limit yourself, click on the Add More Choices button, which gives you the opportunity to select 2 more programs. Select these programs according to your wishes and priorities. You can switch the order of them with the up and down arrows for which one you would like to study the most. I'm going to add one more major so I do not limit my options. If I don't like one of the majors that I selected, I can click on the little red garbage can, but I'm not going to do that with these ones. However, if you do not know your priorities or you haven't decided yet, then take your time. Don't rush. You can always come back and edit it, but don't overthink it or you'll miss the deadline. Now, this brings us to the profile editing step. Here, you also have required fields marked with red stars. These are important and must be filled in. For example, passport, its expiry date, date of birth, photo, etc. Keep in right to write your mother's name. Here, it is an important data for administrative affairs, and it is required for several purposes, such as retaining a residence permit, opening a bank account. It's your mother's birth name, which you have to enter, not the one she's used after marriage. Next, here, I would like to receive an invoice about my payment task. It is strongly recommended to check out the Yes option. Under place of birth, make sure to type in the city that you were born. Now do the same thing with the other tasks. Contact, education, and languages. Under contacts, make sure you type in the correct information. For example, mobile phone, you have to use a country code, local code, and then your number. Skype name is important since programs have an entrance interview about your motivation and English knowledge. Also important is the emergency contact field. This is the person who will be contacted in the case of an emergency. Make sure to also inform that person if he or she is listed in your contact list. In the education part, you have to add all of your previous studies. So it depends on the program you apply for. If you apply for bachelor, you will need to add your high school studies information. If you apply for master or doctoral, then you will have to give your previously finished or soon to be finished study information. In the below section, you see that you must type in your grades in the given subject. If you didn't have something, just type in NA for non-applicable. In the language part, make sure to click on the Insert a New Language here. Choose the language and level of your knowledge. The number is unlimited. Step 7 is maybe the most important step. Read this carefully. Please carefully study the requirements in the checklist. Scan the original documents and upload them here. This is instructing you to jump to the last task, the checklist. See what kind of documents are needed to be uploaded. When you did that, come back to this part and just easily drop your documents to the box. Just make sure that the documents are in the acceptable format. This is given below, PDF, JPEG, etc. The documents must be upright, not upside down. Note that the proof of language proficiency has to be about your English or German language knowledge, depending on the language of the program which we applied for. As you can see, there are two more tasks, motivation and other. As it goes for the motivation, here you must write or just copy and paste in a motivation letter. This must be at least 3,000 characters, but not more than 3,500. Here, you can track down how many characters are left in the little blue box. The other section gives you the opportunity to contact the admission office and tell them everything they need to know about your medical situation. Here, you also find a required field which gives us the information of where and how you found out the information about our university and who led you to apply. This will bring us back to the checklist. A window will pop up if you click on a task. Click on the task which you want to attach. It will open a new window. As you can see now, all the tasks will have a different status, and here you can check the current situation of your application. For example, if you apply with the help of a recruitment agency and you sent them to your documents, you can check the I have sent my documents directly to the agency. If you are waiting for your diploma, then you can add additional comments below. If you haven't attached the document, you can do it here too. Click to select documents or simply drop them here. And this brings us slowly to an end. This is the most important part so far. As you did all the steps, you have 3 kinds of options. The red circle appears if you haven't selected any option, and it means this task is not completed. This means you won't be able to submit your application. If you get the orange exclamation mark, it means that you are waiting for this document. You will be able to submit your application, but remember, you must submit these documents before the deadline closes. You can track what is missing on the left blue part of the tasks. The black check mark means you completely successfully these tasks, and now you can submit the application. When you uploaded and edited everything as you are required to, then click on the blue button on the low right corner, Submit. That means that your application has been officially sent and you can expect a notification for payment for the paying application fee. If something is missing or you didn't type correctly, then you will see a little red exclamation mark by all the tasks which are incorrect. When you click it, you'll see in red which task you didn't get right. Now, let's see what we got here a little bit more. As you can see, I quickly went back and corrected everything that needed to be fixed, and now it should look like your application. We're going to go click on the Submit button now. And then we can go and look at the inbox. Here, you will see all of the messages you will receive about your application status, acceptances, etc. Here, you will receive the first message after you submit your application. And then with Finance, here are all of the invoices, the deadlines of payment, and the amount as well. There's also a Pay Online button. By clicking on this, you have a chance to pay our fees via credit card. This way, the fee will arrive to the university's bank account right away. The application fee must be paid before the tuition fee, except for the Faculty of Health Science programs and for other preparatory courses. If you have any troubles, even though you have made all the previous steps, you can always contact the University of Pécs by sending an email with your problem and your applicant ID. This is a 5-number ID, which you can find below your name in the upper right-hand corner. Well, that's all I got for the application tutorial. I really hope it helped you with any questions you might have had about the process. But if you still have some, or if you're wondering about other things to do with our university, please feel free to reach out to us. I'm going to leave a lot of different contact information at the end of the video. I truly wish you good luck on your application, and I hope to see you one day in Pécs. Have a super day. Bye.
Perfect. So thank you so much for this wonderful tutorial about the application. I believe it's been very, very helpful. And as promised, we're now back to answer all of the questions that you might have. So starting with the question from George. He's asking, with this program, what career can I have? Is it mainly research? So maybe we can focus a little bit about the job outcome for this master degree.
Yes, maybe I can answer this question, and thank you very much, and I welcome everyone who are hearing our interview. And so about the job opportunities, so there are different statistics that you can reach on the internet. For example, the Bureau of Labor Statistics from the USA. If you check that, that's very important. So now actually there are more than 20,000 open positions for biomedical engineering. I think that's very important. And the other fact that the growing rate is 4%. So it means every year there are more. So there are in every year it's increasing by 4%. You can find every year more jobs, more possibilities. In Hungary, so we have different possibilities and over the world. So if you check the West or the East, so in the West, in the USA and from West Europe. So the biomedical engineering is a very, very important discipline, and the interdisciplinarity. So that's the keyword for the biomedical engineering. That's a very important if you want to get a new job. And if you have a interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary background, it helps a lot. And if you want to go for a medical institutions or manufacturing, I mean, so we have possibilities in prosthetic, myotic prosthetic or other prosthetic manufacturing, or if you want to go to research to different universities to make a research or faculties, or surgical robotics, the medical robotics, that's very important now, and the increasing of the engineering who must understand the medical background of the robotic, that's increasing as well. And the neurorehabilitation engineering, that's a very important field now, and this is growing as well. And the neuroimaging and tissue engineering, those are the keywords if you want to get a new job, I think.
Thank you so much, Adam, for this insight. Actually, we received a similar question from Habinab, who's actually asking us about the prerequisites for the program. And he's also asking us, because the course has started from 2019, he's asking if we actually have some sort of insight regarding the placement post-program. And finally, asking about if this master actually allows the students to ask for scholarship or any sort of financial help.
All right, 3 questions.
Lots of questions.
Okay, I'm very glad about that. The first about the program. So if you want to, that's very important. I see that there are a lot of questions about how can they apply. So what is the admission for the biomedical engineering? So that you have to know, there are 2 backgrounds that you can apply for this program. The first is the medical background. So if you have a medical background, I mean, if you are medical laboratory assistant, or if you're a doctor, medical doctor, if you have a pharmacist, or if you have a degree from health sciences, that's the first part. The second part is the engineering and natural science background. For example, if you are IT engineer or electrical engineer, or if you have maybe you can be a computer scientist or economical engineering. So we apply that. So that's most important thing, that you can achieve 12 credits from math and physics. So this is the first part. And the second from anatomy and physiology. So from math or physics, or from anatomy or physiology, you have to get 12 credits. So for your graduation. And the second question
was about if we have some insights regarding the placements. I mean, the course started in 2019, so they were wondering if we have some sort of data about placement after graduating.
In Hungary, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe it's Hungary, in Hungary, especially in Hungary, the placement.
We can ask Habinab if it's probably just after graduating, if you have any sort of data about alumni, if they're working at the moment. I mean, we are all very conscious about the fact it's a very unique and new program, so you might not have all the information that they actually require us just now.
Yeah, but we have, so in the program, we involve different companies to our program. So the other keyword, so the first was the interdisciplinarity. The second is the innovation, and because that's a keyword, because for the innovation we have involved to the project work different companies, and we want to and we have a center. It's called Center for Biomedical Engineering and Innovation. So the projects are coming from the center, the project, and from the industrial partners. So we can make contacts during the education with different companies and with different research groups. So I hope it helps to for the students to get a practical background and to make contacts with the different companies.
Perfect. So a couple of questions a bit more specific about the application itself. So they're asking us if there is a GPA, a cutoff GPA. So if there is a minimum requirement from GPA.
Yeah, so the minimum requirement.
Yes, for the GPA when they graduate, if there is some sort of minimum required, or if the application is based on an overall factors.
Yeah, so the application, right. So the first part, if you have to get 40 points from the 100, we calculate your credits. So that's the most important. I have mentioned that you have to reach 12 credits from math, physics, and from anatomy and physiology. And after we calculate your credits, and we have a credit transfer committee who give a credit from your previous studies. And the second part is a professional interview with this is an interview, and we check your motivation, your professional experience, for example, and about your final project or diploma work, and we check your English language. So if you can speak in English, because the program will be held only in English. So, and maybe some students has a scientific background that's very interesting. So they have a experience to have. So from a conference, they started to write a paper. That's very interesting, and they have work experience, so they can get extra points for that as well. And the third, so this is we have additional points that they can earn with the work experience and with the language and so on. I think so. Yeah.
Thank you so much. They're asking us if the program is a 2-year master or 1-year master, and if you can do some internship while study, and if you can name some companies that you collaborate with.
Right. So the first question was, yes, this is a 2-year semester, and at the first year you have to learn the basic professional courses, and you start your project work at the first semester. And at the second year, you have to focus to your project, and of course you have some courses, but you have to focus your project and finish your diploma work. And you can start your cooperation with different companies. And about the scholarship, maybe it was the second question.
So there was a question about internship, and if you provide any sort of internship. And yes, before they were also asking us if there are some scholarship available for students.
Right, I start with the scholarship. Yeah, in our faculty around the university, there are a lot of scholarships that they can apply for. For example, the excellence scholarship. So they can apply. So in every year, there are more than, I think, in our faculty, 20 students. They can apply for the excellence scholarship. But we have a faculty ambassador scholarship and the scholarship for female engineers. That's very interesting, because that's very important to involve female engineers to our program. But I seen a question about it, so it's very interesting. We have interviewed approximately 30 students, and 40 or 50% were female from that. That's very interesting. So not only male students want to apply to our program, so that's very interesting. So we have teaching student tutor scholarships and public life scholarships, so they can apply, so they can choose. I think we have a lot of foreign students in our university. It's more than 4,000, so we have a lot of scholarships for them.
Amazing. You actually anticipated Valentina's question, that she was actually wondering if there are any female, because sometimes you might feel there are not enough female enrolled in the program. And actually Valentina was also wondering if you offer some sort of tutoring for some courses, so some sort of a tutor that can guide them or help them during the process.
Yeah, the tutoring system, that's we are planning a tutoring system, and I can tell her that he will be the first tutor for the second year students. So yes, so we have a tutor system from the lecturers, and they will so we have a tutor program for that, and we ask for the students who are learning the second year to make tutor for the first year. And we try to make groups from the students so they can help each other, because for example the math can be very hard for the medical background students, and for example the anatomy can be very hard for an engineer. So we want to make some small groups, and they can help each other. So this is the tutoring system that we want to achieve.
Thank you. You were mentioning before about international students. So you actually say that there are lots of applications from international students.
Yeah.
So they're actually asking us how many international students apply every year, and also they're asking us if the University of Pécs offers some sort of accommodation for international students, maybe on campus, or if you have any other sort of accommodation program.
Let me answer this one, if I may. Regarding the and I would also like to just add one quick thing to the scholarship question, because it's important when it comes to number of applications. So when we talk about tuition fee paying applications, we receive around 2,500 applications each year, which we select about 1,000 students. But the Hungarian government itself runs a very prestigious scholarship called the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship program, which covers the whole tuition fee of the students, plus it also covers the accommodation costs and the healthcare as well. So it's a very prestigious and very generous scholarship program. The application for the scholarship program is open from November to January. For the next intake, it's already ended, but for the next year, of course, it will reopen. In that program, the university as a whole receives around about 5,000, 7,000 applications a year, which we select only about 350 students. So it's a very selective scheme. Regarding the housing and the accommodation, we are very in a lucky situation, because we are able to host and accommodate every first year international students if they wish to. So we have over roughly 4,000 dormitory places around the city, and we can provide dormitory placement for every first year international students if they would like to stay in the dormitory. And for the second year or the third year after that, they can reapply based on their academic performance. And this, we can also mention that living in Pécs is a very affordable option. So it's important to put it there that combining everything that you would spend on, you can have a very decent life by spending roughly 450 euros or $500 per month. So I think it's a very student-friendly city this wise. And this program is also very in a great situation, because as this program is run on the campus of the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology, they have their dormitory on campus. So actually, you cannot walk up too late to miss the first class in the morning, because you just have to change your slippers to shoes and just walk to the auditorium. So it's a really great situation. So yeah, we can host every first year international student if they wishes to stay in the dormitory.
That sounds great. And actually wanted to ask you, Peter, because we received a couple of questions. So we had Jafar asking if, this program is also open from students from the Middle East. So maybe we can mention about how international is. And due to the current situation, I really cannot skip the question about the COVID situation. So how you face it and how the classes are actually taking place at the moment. And if you can anticipate anything about the next semester. Thank you.
Of course, I think in the first presentation, it was mentioned that we receive students from 110 countries or even more than 110 countries. So basically, wherever you would come from, you will not be alone. I think it's a very important message because, studying abroad is a great opportunity, but it, of course, can be overwhelming. It can be challenging a lot of times, but if you know that, students from the same background are living next door, I think it's always a bit more empowering for you. But of course, this over 4,500 students are not a flat rate spread by these 110 countries. So we have some top countries that are we have a lot of students from, such as Germany is the number one. Then I think besides Germany and Norway, which are quite, I think, huge sending countries, but maybe a bit special sending countries. For us, the other major countries are, I think, very typical when you see at international student communities. So, of course, a lot of students, a lot of great students coming from China, a lot of one coming from the Middle East, Turkey, Iran, Jordan, very important sending countries. Egypt is among the top 10 as well. South Korea is again a very important one, especially for our medical school. Nigeria, of course. So maybe these would be the top ones. But of course, we have students from basically every corner of the world. Regarding the COVID, yes, it's an important question, and we have a really great news because we are just about to basically reopen everything right now, as the vaccination campaign is going really strongly in Hungary. Over 50% of the whole population is vaccinated, which is, I think, a really great number in worldwide comparison. And regarding the previous policies of the Hungarian government, what we saw is that we were sticking to on-campus education as long as it was safe. But of course, in the last couple of months, we were conducting education online, and I think it was a very, of course, it was challenging for both parties, but I think it was a very successful adaptation to these circumstances. But I would like to highlight two things that I think in this regard very important. One is that we plan to start on-campus education in September. So, and we're not just planning it. I think it's right now, I would say it's 99% that we open the campuses on September, and you will be in the classrooms meeting your roommates and classmates. So I think it's important. And the other thing is that based on the experience we had in the last year, the Hungarian government, for the Hungarian government, it was a top priority to make sure that the international students can arrive on campuses. Even international students get their vaccines at these days now in Hungary. And as we have a very great situation regarding that we have a medical school and 24 own clinics, we got it all covered, and we were able to cover and provide free PCR tests for students arriving. We could solve the quarantine situation inside the dormitory, providing the meals for those who are in quarantine for those 10 to 14 days, and the PCR testing. So I think we could we did everything we could in regards with to the safe campus and the safe city. Yeah, so I think in this matter, Hungary is a safe option at the moment.
Thank you so much, Peter. It's very much reassuring. So Adam was mentioning before about the background. So actually you do have the medical side of the background or also the engineering. We did receive a few questions. So I'm just going to ask you one more time. For example, if someone has a computer engineering background or biochemistry or clinical science, are those background eligible? Would you suggest the students to put an application through?
Yeah, thank you very much for the questions. I think I will share my screen because just a little bit. I hope you can see.
Yes,
my
perfect.
share.
Yes, yes.
So if you check our webpage, this is CBAI. This is the Center for Biomedical Engineering Innovation, and .pte. This is the University of Pécs, and you can find the program, the MSc program, and there is a page how to apply, and there is an admission scoring PDF. I will share that now. So you can check the requirements. The first that I mentioned, you have to achieve 12 credits from mathematics and physics and anatomy and physiology. And that's the most important thing that you can check from your previous studies. And we will check your transcript, and we will check another thing. You have to reach 30 credits from the natural sciences, from the economics and humanities, and from the computer science engineering. So we will check how many credits you have. For example, mostly if you are a computer engineer and if you're electrical engineering, you will get more than 30 credits. So you will have, I think, 35 or 36 credits generally. So for the medical backgrounds, for the medical doctors, so they have also 35 credits. So you can check here your credits, and if you calculate, if you have 30 credits from the natural sciences or from economics and humanities, if you add all, and you can check here the maximum credits that you can get. So previously you can check yourself that very easily, and if you check yourself, then you can see if you can come here. But we offer different majors: electrical engineering, bioengineering, mechanical engineering, mechanical engineering, so on. So you can check as well. So, but I think there are a lot of programs that we can from you can apply. Okay,
Perfect. I wanted to take the opportunity to ask you one more thing. During one of the answers that you gave earlier, you mentioned about an interview. Most of the time interviews is a bit scary, thinking about will it be like a job interview. So maybe can you give us some tips about how they can prepare and what this interview will be about?
Yeah, the most important thing is don't worry about the interview. This is not a professional, so this is not an exam. That's the most important thing. So I think I think you have a final thesis or diploma work or final project. It's called in different names in different countries. So you can speak about that for us. You can summarize your diploma work, and after we ask about your motivation and maybe some general questions about what was your motivation to come here. And so the diploma work is a key word, because if you wrote your diploma work, then we can ask about that. So if you have an engineering background, then we will ask about the engineering side, or if you have a medical background, that we will ask about the health science part. So, but you don't have to worry about it. So if you have a motivation, if you want to come here, if we see that you are good in your profession, don't worry.
And can I ask if having a work experience somehow is preferable for this master degree, or also students without any sort of work experience, can they are they eligible to apply?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I haven't heard.
If the work experience is mandatory, or even students without experience?
No. You can get additional points for the work experience. So you can get 2 points or 3 points if you have a work experience. So that's an additional point only. So if you have only a degree, then you can apply for the program. So that's enough.
Perfect. So we still have some minutes left. So if you do have any further questions, please write them into the Q&A. I wanted to ask Peter of Adam. Of course, it's very hard to try to summarize a course within an hour presentation, but I wanted to ask you if there was any aspect that you wanted to highlight about the program, or maybe the university itself, or any sort of tips that you feel like giving to whoever is listening to this presentation. I don't know if maybe, yes, Adam wanted to start. Perfect.
Yeah, I can start it. Yes, to summarize, yes. So the biomedical engineering is a growing science in the world. So if you check the future, the interdisciplinary knowledge like the biomedical engineering, that will be very important over the world. So our companies that we are in contact, they are looking for engineers who are not know only the math or the computer programming. That's not enough now. They have to know the other side a little bit. So they don't want to teach the medical, so the medical background for example, for an IT engineer. If you learn the anatomy and, for example, the programming together, then you can understand all sides. So that's very important for the interdisciplinarity, and that's why that's very important not only in the biomedical engineering. If you check the Nobel Prizes, so there are multi and interdisciplinary knowledge. So biologists and physicists, and so they have a mixed knowledge. That's very important. And for now, so we have a center, and we want to join you in the first semester to a project work. That's very important. So to start with a project work and work on innovative project. And if you have a project work, then you can go for example, for scientific conferences with this project, or you can go forward to a PhD program, for example, or you can go to a company to work somewhere.
Thank you, Adam. Peter, is there anything that you wanted to add?
I can only highlight that I think that so I understand that Hungary is might not be a traditional destination, or it wasn't on your radar so far, but I think it has just the right mix to be an international student at, because it's very safe. You can, if you're studying in Hungary, you have a visa that is valid for 27 European countries, so you can get to know a lot of more cultures, a lot of languages, and I think it has a great added value to your diploma. And combine this with the very affordable tuition fees and living expenses, and this cutting edge program that our biomedical engineering represents, I think it all comes down to the highest employability rate possible. So I think that if we are talking about career outcomes, this is right now the top-notch program that people should look at if they studied on a bachelor level, some kind of health science related program, or IT or engineering related program. And of course, the application is open until the middle of July, so everyone has some time to sleep on it and get back to us if they need any further assistance on the application.
Thank you, Peter and Adam. And I wanted to remind you all that after this webinar, we will be sending you a follow-up email containing all the relevant information about the program, and we will also share with you an email address that you can contact in case you have any further questions. As Peter was saying, you listen to the presentation today, have a think, and any sort of question that you might have, please feel free to reach out to the team. As you can see, they're very much available to answer all of the questions that you might have. So I really wanted to thank you all for your presentation, and thank you Peter and Adam for their time, and Mate as well. And Ricardo was just asking us if the webinar is recorded. Yes, when we send you an email, we will also be attaching a link to the recording so you can watch it again. And don't forget to watch, to have a look at the website, because you can find a lot of information about the background. Application deadline, we said, is mid of July, so there is still time for you to put an application through. And I really hope that if you put an application through, you get to meet the team in person and you get to visit Hungary, because it's a very great place to spend your studies. So thank you so much for joining us today, for your presentation, and for your time answering all of the questions. And we look forward to seeing you soon at the next University of Pécs webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.